And hello everyone, and welcome to another exterior video where we try to work on our truck. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't, but that doesn't stop us to trying again. So in today's video I'm actually gonna be doing few things. First of all, I wanna drain and refill my transmission oil, just to wanna refresh it. And also we're gonna try to fix one of the transmission lines, the one that goes from pump, then it's kind of interconnected in the middle, and then it goes to the external transmission cooler. So that connection where it's interconnected, it's always leaking for some reason. Not always, but sometimes it leaks. I try to tighten it up, but then it leaks again. So that's what we're trying to do today as well. I bought new hose lines, so we'll see how it goes. But first of all, we gotta lift up the car slightly so it at a slight angle, so that way whenever we drain the transmission oil, it will kind of more of it will drain out. And it also to recommend it to do it on a warm engine, so the oil is more fluid, it drains better. Let's lift up the truck and get under it so we can drain it. And as always, whenever you work under a car, make sure you wear protective eyewear. You don't want anything to get in your eyes. So this is our transmission oil where it's located. Right now it's pretty even hot, so it's nice and warm. It's gonna drain out pretty good. And this is where we're gonna drain our transmission oil from. So let's get the catch can and let's drain it out. And okay, let's have our catch can ready. Let's get the 19mm ratchet and open this up. Okay, we broke it loose, and now just carefully by hand we're gonna unscrew it. Just be careful, this is gonna be hot, especially if you run the engine for too long. And of course it's gonna rain all down on that bar, crossbar, but it's okay. More lubrication, rust prevention. There we go. Not too bad. Make sure you have a napkin ready so you can wipe off any excess. Clean out the bolt, and of course this cross washer we're gonna replace for a new one. So let it all drain down, nice and easy. Let it all drain out. Then once it's done, we'll come back, we'll put a new washer, we screw the nut back in place, and we'll continue with our doings. By the way, I didn't show it first, but when I pulled the bolt out, it looked pretty good, it looked pretty clean. There was no debris of any kind here, so hopefully that's all good, that's a good sign. Okay, so this is pretty much all done, draining from here. So now we can go ahead and just close it all up, and we can bring the car down so it'd be easier for us to work. Okay, let's wipe all of this. Okay, and let's just tighten it up. You don't have to go too crazy on this, just make sure it's snug. And that's it. Perfect. Now this is the hose we hear that coming from the transmission line and goes up over there, and then there is over there, I don't know, I can try to get a better view. Right there, there is a junction of two hoses, and it's leaking from there like a lot. Not a lot, but sometimes for some reason it's leaking from over there. So that's what I wanted to fix. Now these are the two hoses that I want to replace. I went to Nissan dealership and I wanted to get a the real hoses from Nissan. So that's what I did. Now in order to get to them, I need to go ahead and remove this part of the bumper, the grill, and I need to remove the skid plate from underneath, which I already did. So now let's just remove the grill, which is pretty easy. There are just 4 pins over here, and then you kind of lift it up. So for that, we're just gonna take a screwdriver and carefully prise these little things out without breaking them. And of course, whenever I try to film, there is always somebody mowing the lawn, chopping the trees, or whatever. And that's it. We just have to push down on these little clips and it will come out. Set it on the side. Now let's remove this little guard over here. And that's it. Alright, so this is the line that goes from the external transmission cooler, goes down there, then goes in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. And then that one over there. Come on camera, focus. Focus on the important things in life. And over there it's joined together, and that's where it's leaking. So I'm gonna try to pull the whole thing out and see if I can make it better. Okay, let's see if we can loosen this up without breaking anything important, because then it will be not nice. There we go. This is out. Now let's see if we can remove the bottom one. So now I'm just gonna loosen this up and undo it. Alright, so this is what's going on here. It looks like a mess. So let me try to fix this up and replace this. Okay, so what happened that the hoses are fine, there's nothing wrong with the hoses, but the clamps, the old clamps, they all rusted out and they broke and they don't have any pressure. So, and the new ones that were put there, they were not even in the right place, so they were not making it tight. So I'm gonna remove the old ones and put these ones in the right place and tighten it up. So now it looks much better. The hoses are still fine, they are still fine, there is nothing wrong with them, but the clamps, they were all rusted out, so one was completely broken, and this one was not even tied in the right spot. It was over here, so it was not making a proper tension, so that's why sometimes I had leaking oil. So now I'm just gonna put everything in place and tie it all up, and then fill it up with new transmission fluid. Okay guys, so I think it's all fixed up. I fixed that clamp over there, the one you see, the one with a tie-in clamp, and the ones I showed you before, they were not in the right spot. I was thinking to replace the hoses, but the hoses are completely fine, and I did not really want to mess with all of that. Look how rusty that part is. I'm just afraid if I was to pull that hose out, I could actually broken that part there, and if that breaks, that would be a big problem. So yeah, I didn't want to touch that. I just replaced all the clamps and make it tight. So yeah, don't judge me on that, guys. I'm still gonna keep those hoses just for the future. If I can later on replace that part completely, I'll do that, but in the meantime, this should do it. So now I'm just gonna put the skid plate back on, tighten everything up, and yeah, I'm gonna take it for a spin. Alright, so all of that is connected over there right now, so we can just take all the garbage out and we can bring the car down, because right now I have it lifted up on a jack and a jack stands over there, so I have more clearance. But now we can bring it down and we can start filling it up with transmission fluid. So now let's fill it up with new transmission. I chose Max Life ATF transmission. I read a lot of good reviews about it, so let's put that in. The Nissan Frontier, Nissan Xterra, they both take about the same, which is about 5 to 7 quarts of oil. So that's where we're gonna put. We're gonna put first 5 quarts, then we're gonna start the truck and we're gonna let it run. Because to check the level of transmission fluid, you have to make sure that the engine is running. So if we're gonna be low, we're gonna add more. Simple as that. Oh yes, definitely need more. Alright, let's put more transmission fluid. Now we're at 5 quarts. So let's start it up again and check the level again. Wipe it out, reinsert, and pull it out again. See? Okay. Now it seems like it's at a normal level. So let's check it again. Pull it out. Yeah, looks like it's fine now, but we're gonna take it for a little drive and check it again. And also important to check, make sure nothing is leaking anywhere. Don't pay attention to that. That was when I disconnected the hose, the transmission hose. It leaked from it. It's no big deal, but so far it looks good. Okay guys, so I just drove around for a little bit and I checked the dipstick. It's still a little bit low, so I'm gonna add another half a quarter. And then another note, as you originally start to fill it up with transmission oil, once in a while just go in the car, start it up and go through all the gears. And let's check the oil again. Wipe it off. now we are at much better level. So let's put it back up and let's try for a little more. Check once again, make sure it's not low, not too high, and that should be it. And okay everyone, we drove around for a few minutes and I checked the oil multiple times. I'll fill it. I added some more oil in there, so in the end I put about 5.5 quarters of oil, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it and I'm gonna check again in a little while. But another rule of thumb is pretty much as you drain, that's how much you gotta add. So now we have more new oil inside, so that's a good thing. And it's not that hard to change it. That's really anybody can do it. We had a little bit of a thing over there to fix up those hoses, actually not the hoses but the clamps. And yeah, as we were driving, there's everything. The weather actually, it's already getting dark, and if you can see, we're getting a really beautiful sunset today. Look at that. Isn't that look beautiful? I should keep an eye on the sunsets again and get my drone out and take some photos. But anyways, back to the truck. So on that note, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope it might be helpful to anybody how to change the transmission fluid. It's nothing major about it, it's no big deal. As long as you don't have a really old transmission and it's skipping or anything, then just drain and refill. And just check the user manual, what kind of transmission fluid you need and how much you need, and yeah. So there is still gonna be more content for TAKSTAR, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And on this note, everybody, bye.